Hello, and welcome to Healthy Living. I'm Dr. Donald Pelto, and I have Mr. Steve Lichman here. He's the owner of Fitness Together in Westboro. Welcome, Steve.
Thanks, Don. Appreciate it.
So, thanks for coming in. This show is all about healthy living and staying healthy, and that is right up your alley in terms of this business that you have. So, tell me a little bit about yourself and a little bit about your business, Fitness Together.
Thank you. First of all, Fitness Together is a national organization. And in fact, what's interesting is I was a client. So we've been in business here in Westboro for 13 years. I was a client 2 years prior to that. And what I like about Fitness Together, and I think what makes it different is, unlike a big box gym, we focus 100% on individual personal training. We have a small private environment. So it really is individualized, it is private. Everything we do is around what we call functional training. So the things you do on a day-to-day basis, if you're going to be picking up your groceries or your kids, if you want to play sports, the things that people want to do to stay active and healthy, we're there to help them be that way.
Now, Fitness Together is one-on-one. So basically it's one person with one client. Is that how it works?
Yeah, we have a very unique model in that, and I have actually 2 studios, and each one, the other one's on the South Shore, has 4 trainers. So we take a team approach. So when you come in, it's you, your trainer, your training room, and your own equipment. So that's the individualized private scenario. But the reason I say that we're unique is that we do take a team approach. And in this marketplace, especially out here in Metro West, a lot of people work and they're very busy. And their schedules are such that they can't always be in the same place at the same time. So if like this on a Monday, it makes sense for me to come at night as a client, I can do that. But it's like maybe I need to come on a Saturday morning for my other session. You may have a second trainer. We work together as a team. Everything is kept private, but we work to help you achieve your goals. So you could be with 2 different trainers.
And in terms of these sessions, what's the time frame on a session?
We're very efficient in what we do. The fact that there are no distractions means you can save a lot of time. So a client can be in and out within an hour. So for example, they come in, we always recommend they do a warm-up. We can teach people how to use a treadmill or an elliptical, whatever they feel comfortable with. The whole idea is to just get warmed up 5, 10, 15 minutes at the most. And then when you go into that session with your trainer in your room, the session's 45 minutes. And everything is designed and planned ahead of time. So I'll probably roll back a little bit and just say that before we even train anybody, we will sit down and do a consultation. We want to understand, what are your goals, what are your needs, what are your challenges. We'll do a fitness assessment. How are you moving? What's your strength, your flexibility? We'll take measurements. And so between taking your goals, the client's goals, and those measurements that we have, we will then design the first phase of a fitness program. So the day you come in for that session, everything's already set up. You don't have to think about anything. You can check your brain at the door. It's like, okay, long day at work, you come here, we're here to take care of you. And that 45 minutes is really condensed and you get a lot done in that time.
Perfect. And so is it usually a couple of times a week? Is it every day, or they can choose?
That's a great question. I think it really depends on the individual's goals. That depends on their availability. I'd say we have some clients that come 3 times a week. I don't recommend less than twice a week. You might occasionally get somebody coming once a week if they've been here for a while and now they're working out on their own and they want to maintain that contact with us and have us tweak their programs. But 2 to 3 times a week is the norm.
And these people that work with them, are they therapists, or what's their degree?
Great question. All of our trainers have been schooled in either exercise science, where they've gone to school for exercise science degrees. They have certifications, national certifications. Some of them have been through personal training programs. So
it's not just anyone off the street you're picking here. These are...
No, in fact, and that's really a great point that you make, because there are a lot of people. I mean, anybody can get certified to be a personal trainer, and I mean, you could go online and take a course, but the way we hire, you have got to have prior experience, you have to have education. We want people that work with a variety of different client types. not just in terms of age, because we train people of all ages,
Okay.
you know, but also in all abilities. And so when that person comes in, they know what they're doing. And I mean, nobody knows 100% of everything that's out there. I mean, sometimes people can come with physical ailments that are unique, but that they know how to research that or work with the team to be advised on the best way to help train that person.
And so your focus is one-on-one. The people that are coming to you, I'm assuming they're probably, they've tried to work out in different settings. What didn't they like about the different settings that they were involved in, and what makes you guys different?
Well, that question can be pretty complex. It
Or
depends.
just a couple, like the top
It
three.
can be, I will say this. There are some people who used to be very active. Maybe they were athletes in college or high school. But all of a sudden, life changes and it gets in the way. You know, you've got family, you've got your dogs, whatever it happens to be, you've got work. And so the biggest challenge for a lot of people is, how do I make the time to do it? And I don't have the energy when I get home.
Okay.
So it's really trying to get out of one's own way. And it really comes down to, I'm really not as motivated as I used to be, and I really need some help. And quite frankly, I didn't go to school for this, so I'm not sure what to do. So the biggest reason people come to us is because they've tried doing things on their own. Geez, what I did 20 years ago is not working for me today. My body's changed. I'm getting older. Or it may be that they've injured themselves.
Okay.
Maybe they played some sports. Maybe they just fell on black ice.
Yeah.
Anything could be. And now they're a little bit shy about moving. And I know because I went through this once in my past life.
Yeah.
So, so there's so many different reasons why people come to us, but usually it's because they're tired of feeling the way they do. They need help to feel better, to get stronger, to lose weight, to improve their blood glucose, whatever the reason may be. We're there to help them.
Good. In terms of people needing to lose weight, as an exercise physiologist or trainer, can they focus on the nutrition component if they ask? How does that work? Is there overlap? Do you have to refer out?
That's a great question. So we are not dietitians or nutritionists by schooling.
Yep.
However, we can coach around proper nutrition.
Okay.
And some people that we work with are actually seeing nutritionists. Some have been through programs like Weight Watchers and others. The key is we really try to work with, we'll coach them on a day-to-day basis based upon their lifestyle, about what type of foods they like. But we're really not telling them precisely what to eat.
Okay. So you're touching that. And for you and for those that are in your business, what do your staff, what do they like the most? What do you like the most about that type of work, working with people?
Well, I'll tell you, the reason I got in this business was because I was that guy 15 years ago who was traveling, who was busy, who had family issues. My parents were not well. And what happens is you get really busy. Stress. I think stress is the #1 contributor to health issues.
Yep.
It just does a number on your body and your mental capacity. And for me, that's what was happening. And I actually, quick little story, I went to various places. I was at a gym. I tried 4 different trainers. I didn't like the open environment. I wasn't comfortable with what I was doing. They were being distracted. I needed somebody to pay more attention. I finally found somebody who was antisocial and wasn't checking his phone and was just focusing on me.
Gave all the attention to you.
Exactly. And really, he helped me with some serious back problems that I had. And my lower back pain was from gaining weight, and it was from having a weak core and all that. But within 3 weeks, I felt better. And he goes, look, I'm going to leave and open up a Fitness Together. I'm like, I don't know what that is. All I know is you've made a difference in my life. So a few months later, I became his first client at Fitness Together up in Beverly, Massachusetts.
Okay, yeah.
And still for the next 2 years, I traveled as I did for business, but I did whatever I could to get there at least a few days a week when I wasn't traveling, and it just changed my life.
Really?
You know, when you can go pain, when you can reduce your pain down to maybe 10% or get pain-free and do the things that you want to do. And I had younger kids at the time, and I was like, now I'm feeling I can do things again. And so long story short, my parents did get sick. My mom passed away, and I just said, you know what? I was in the corporate training business.
Okay.
And I said, this is great, but I want to stay more local, and I know what this did to help me, and I want to help other people. At that time, I decided I wanted to get into this business. So I've done a lot of things in my life, but this was something I felt that was great because I could help other people.
That's great.
And I have all young people that work for me. I mean, our trainers, it's great. So they keep me young. All my trainers are pretty much in their 20s and 30s. And I love their energy, and they have great attitudes, and they're just fun to be around.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And then in terms of what do you see the future of the fitness industry and fitness together? Where's the future going?
That's a great question because I'll tell you, 10 years ago, I wasn't too sure.
Yeah.
I say that because I would tell you that before 2008, business was a lot easier for us because there were fewer fitness facilities out there, fewer flavors of fitness than there are today.
Yeah.
I mean, people were doing yoga and Pilates, but all of a sudden you get into CrossFit and other types of things. And around that time when the recession hit, I think just before that everybody said, this is a great time to get in the fitness business. And all of a sudden there's 4 times more competitors out there.
Yeah.
And I define that as ways to get exercise that people might try but aren't sure if it's right for them.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, oh, well, that's cheaper, I'll try it. That I have friends that do that. But you have to be careful. And so we went through a challenging period with a lot of that happening. As the years went on and as we get older, our clients are realizing, we train people in their late 20s to their 70s.
That's awesome.
But our core clients are really in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, and some of them have been with us for 10 years or longer now. Yeah.
Wow.
And as people grow older and they change and they realize, hey, I want to grow up seeing my grandkids. I want to be able to play with them. I want to feel healthier. I want to be stronger. More of those people are starting to come back to us now and say, you've been around a long time. There's got to be a reason why, you're in business. It's not inexpensive compared to a gym.
Yep.
Okay. But, you're doing things on your own there. Here you're dealing with educated, certified, experienced trainers that are giving you private one-on-one attention. And here's the bottom line is I think I'm ready to make a change in my life, and we're seeing a lot more of those people come to us today.
That's great.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about some of the success stories, kind of like the before and after. Are there some that come to mind?
Well,
you can say names or just whatever.
We have a lot of success stories. Okay. I'm really, and it's not just all because of us, because really it's the clients. I'm proud of the clients. You have to have anybody that's committed to making a change in their life, who says, I'm going to make a change and is going to put in the work. That to me is a success, when you can change somebody who's been complacent and not motivated to somebody who is really willing to work hard to get to whatever that goal is.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people think, oh, well, people go there because they want to lose weight. Well, it's not untrue. I would tell you that probably 75% of our clients have a need to lose weight.
Okay.
But I'd say maybe 25% of them also need to put on some lean muscle and it's not all about the weight. For those who need to lose weight, I do have a couple examples of people that came to us, and I'll show you. Lynn, for example, this was her before.
Wow.
Now this was maybe over the last 10 years ago. When she came to us, she had actually lost 50 to 60 pounds on her own, but she wanted to get not only lose more weight, but she wanted to get stronger, she wanted to get fitter, she wanted to increase her stamina.
Yeah.
And so ultimately, this was December 2008, this was October 2010. She still looks like this today. This woman here ran the Boston Marathon.
That's great.
And she did it when it was like 80 degrees. I wouldn't do it, but she did it. So I am really proud of her because she's kept herself going and she's worked with us for a number of years to really stay on track. Right now, she actually got certified to be a trainer.
Really?
So this is a great success story in my book.
Yeah.
And she can do a lot more on her own today.
Yeah, her life was changed by that probably.
I mean, that's what we're doing, is we're helping to change and improve people's lives.
Yeah.
And if you can have a business and be successful by helping people, I mean, that's what we do,
There's
right?
nothing better than that. Yep.
Right. One other example I have here is John. John has, he's been a client on and off for a number of years. He's an airline pilot. And his situation was more critical that he not just lose weight, but, get the blood pressure down and be in a healthier place. If you're flying for one of the major airlines, you need to be in good shape because you've got a lot of people you're responsible for.
Yep.
And so when John first came to us, and this was March of 2009, this is what he looked like. And here he was probably about 18 months later. These are 18-month transformations. If somebody's going to lose 50 to 100 pounds, it's going to take time. Anybody who says it's not, they're kidding you.
Yeah.
If you want to have a slow, steady weight loss, and that's what these guys have done.
And then keep it off is the key.
And keep it off. And the main thing is not just losing the weight, but improving whatever body pain or back pain he may have had, lowering that blood pressure, making him a healthier person and just happier. I mean, as we get older, it's nice to actually feel younger.
Yeah.
And a lot of times that's what I'm hearing from our clients. It's like, I feel younger, stronger, happier, healthier than I did when I came to 3 months ago, 6 months ago, whatever it might be. Okay.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It sounds like really it almost changes their lives for the people that are there.
I actually believe it is
They
life-changing.
can enjoy their children more, or grandchildren, or whatever it may be.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think age is a number, and this is something that I want to say. I mean, if you ever go to a reunion, if you go to your high school or your college reunion, you see people that are your age, and some of them look great, and some of them look a lot older.
Yeah.
And I think that as we grow older, if we can keep our minds and our bodies active,
Yeah.
then we have a better chance of being around longer and making it a healthy, fulfilling life. And that's really what it's about. Is like,
Neat. And so for those that are watching that are kind of interested in learning more about Fitness Together, your website fitnesstogether.com, is that where they would find you guys?
Yeah, we're actually the simple one. There's fitnesstogether.com. That's the national website. There's probably about 175 of us around the country.
Okay.
We're a national franchise. But here it would be ftwestboro.com.
Okay.
F is in Frank, T is in Tom. So it's Fitness Together.
Yeah.
Westboro is the name of it.
And for those in Shrewsbury that are watching, I think you're located right off of Route.
Oh yeah, we're right on Route 30.
Right on Route 30.
Yeah, so we're right parallel to Route 9. I have clients from Shrewsbury, Worcester. Usually within around 20 minutes or so is a good drive for people.
Yeah. And if they want to try it out, they can just kind of stop by and do initial consultation and things like that.
We are so easy to work with because
You have to see if it's a good fit.
you have to see if it's a good fit. Clients have to decide for themselves if they're ready to do it. Anybody that wants to come in, I would encourage them to come in for a visit, a free consultation, and even try a session. If you've never worked out with a trainer before, just so you can say, am I comfortable in this environment?
Yeah.
Do I get what they're doing? And if you say no, then that's fine. And if it's yeah, then how can we help you?
Yeah. Very good. Well, thank you for coming here on Healthy Living. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you, Don.